Cool stuff. Ink. Get it? It's ink from a pen. Who writes this? Go to coolstuffinc.com, links in the description, and use code CIMO for 5% off. Boxy! Are you back for some more torment and torture with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game? I know it's your favorite, especially after the last thing we filmed.
I sure am. I sure am here right now. Yeah.
At least, okay, if it makes you feel better, I'm making CGB and Raren try to do old duel puzzles to find lethal. So compared to what they have to deal with, I think you have it pretty easy, all things considered.
Yeah, as long as they're being way more tortured than I am, then this is totally fine.
Oh yeah, I thought Raren was gonna actually just disconnect from our call the last time we recorded. Anyway, in true form, we're gonna go back to the old days of just having you look at some Yu-Gi-Oh cards so you can get an idea. So your goal for today, I'm gonna show you cards that are from 2002, 2003, very old cards. Your goal is to figure out if these cards are still banned 25 years later in the history of this game, because these cards are still too good to be played. Are you ready?
I think so. I'm so ready.
I'll start you off with an easy one. Here you go.
Okay, Tribe-infecting virus. Aqua effect. Discard one card from your hand and declare one type of monster to destroy all face-up monsters of the declared type on both sides of the battlefield. So this is some sort of weird. Oh wait, this is This is a creature. It's got an attack and a defense. This isn't okay.
It's a board wipe on a creature, potentially.
It's a board wipe on a creature. That sentence alone really makes me want to lean towards that it's banned. Because, that sentence
Does Magic not have a board wipe on a creature?
I'm sure it does, but it's 10 a.m. and I don't know right now. Okay,
Sorry, I forgot I had to get you up early for this. Excuse me. Granted, for the record, it's 7 a.m. for me. I'm just saying, so it could have been worse.
Yeah, but you seem like a morning kind of guy.
I get up at 5, so yeah, it's not that big.
Okay, see, there we go. I don't. So that's unfair. Okay, yeah. From the fact that it's a board wipe on a creature alone, also it has pretty good attack and defense.
It does. I will say for a 4-star normal summon, 1600, not the craziest stats, but it's pretty good. It's not if I will be honest though, if this card had 0 attack, it probably would still have gotten played.
Yeah, I was gonna say it just seems really good anyway. And for that fact alone, just the fact of board wipe on a creature, I think I'm gonna have to say it's maybe banned.
Final answer.
I don't like it when you do that. Okay. Yes, final answer.
So Tribe-infecting virus was a incredibly strong old card. Something you may have missed, and it's not exactly intuitive, but there's no once per turn on this card. So hypothetically, if your opponent has 2 or 3 monsters, and let's say they're different types, you can go pitch a card, call dragons, and kill their one dragon. You can pitch another card, call, I don't know, warrior or something, and kill that card. And so you could literally just dump your hand and wipe the opponent's board. And Aqua in old Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a very bad type. It wasn't something that really got played very often. So you're never really going to destroy your own Tribe-infecting virus with its own effect. So it was pretty kind of immune to that. This card did get banned, as a matter of fact. This card was actually considered to be a very strong card in old Yu-Gi-Oh! But it's not banned anymore. It's totally fine. So you got it wrong. I'm sorry.
If only you could have just seen my victory pose and my absolute look of defeat right after that. I feel like I was on you can't say you started off me with an easy one and give me a board wipe on a creature and then it just not be banned to this day.
Yeah, it's totally fine. It's just the way that power creep and how fast the game has gotten. A card like this is just not good, to be honest.
That's fair. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay.
That gives you an idea of the power of level we're dealing with. That a board wipe on a creature is not good enough.
A creature with a gun? What is even better than a creature with a board wipe on it?
I mean, that's why it was good. I mean, it's fun because if you play one of the old retro formats, it is legal at 1 copy. So you get to play with it still to an extent. Yeah. All right, here you go. Here's your next one.
All right, Swords of Revealing Light. It's a spell card. Flip all monsters your opponents control face up. This card remains on the field for 3 of your opponent's turns. While this card remains in the field, monsters your opponents control cannot declare an attack. Is that not crazy? Because you flip them face up, so they're no longer in defense position, right?
So they would still be in defense position, but now you know what they are. Now you know what they are.
Now I know what they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's that's like the revealing part of the card, right? It's it shows all that stuff, and so then it stays on the field for 3 turns, and your opponent just can't attack you. You can attack them, but they can't attack you.
Yeah, that seems really good because I get to stop them from hitting me, and I get to see what stuff they have.
Yeah, you get to see their stuff, and they can't hit you. And you can hit them.
Wipe on a creature is not banned, so I don't know what is anything anymore. So I'm over here, I'm like, ooh, information, and like I get to, fog myself a couple turns, but like. So, okay, this card remains on the field for 3. Well, this remains on the field. Monsters. So, yeah, even if they play new creatures, they won't be able to hit me.
Correct. The only way they can.
This is on the battlefield.
Correct. The only way they can hit you is if they destroyed the swords themselves. Yeah.
How hard is it to kill a spell card again? Like,
it's not hard, especially like in modern Yu-Gi-Oh. There's like plenty of things that say like destroy a card on the field after you do like X or Y. In older Yu-Gi-Oh, I would say there was less ways, but there were still ways to like destroy a card like this. Granted, you have to draw it, so like it's the Doomblade argument, right? It's like okay, I can out it, but
yeah. Oh God. Is it that good?
Is it that good? I don't know.
I'm trying to think of the power crept version of this, where like you play Swords of Revealing Fists, and like a man shows up and just punches your opponent dead in the face.
You know what's really funny about you saying that? It's really funny.
What? That exists? Yu-Gi-Oh is a lawless wasteland? What?
Hold on. Let me get the image.
No, I don't want to see. Getting punched
I guarantee you, it's not Swordsman of the Revealing Fist. Okay, I'll promise you that at the very least. Okay, you don't have to evaluate this card, but it's very funny you just mentioned it because there is this. Read the name of it.
Swordsman of Revealing. Oh God, this guy shows up and he's like, "What did you just do?" And just punches me in the throat. Okay, cool.
It's kind of cool though. Okay. Like it's cool that they like made a monster out of a spell. I will say.
It is cool, and I'm scared at the same time. It's like I want to just go against my gut because my gut is always wrong. Okay, so
okay.
I'm being so serious. I'm gonna say this card is not banned.
Final answer.
Yes.
You are correct, Foxy. You are on the board.
Let's go.
This card was
always doubt yourself.
This card was actually never banned. It got restricted in old Yu-Gi-Oh because technically, it's funny because chat was mentioning this. If you think about it, it's like a draw 3. Right? Because if they can't destroy this, you just get to draw 3 cards over the course of 3 turns and like sort of like refresh your hand a little bit. So when this card was like at multiple copies, it was like really, really good. And then they restricted it for like actually, I think like the first like half of Yu-Gi-Oh's history. I don't think this card went to 3 copies until like 2012 or something like that, which is kind of crazy. But it never got banned. It was a very good card. Don't get me wrong. Like in old Yu-Gi-Oh, this card was actually fucking insane.
Oh, I bet.
In new Yu-Gi-Oh, it's kind of like whatever. It's like you would never play it.
Yeah, it just never is. Well, why? Like, wouldn't that really like you just? Why not?
I'll be honest with you, Yu-Gi-Oh games end before this card would even finish resolving. So, like...
That did kind of solidify my answer to, like, the whole 3-turn thing. I'm like, this isn't gonna be relevant, right? I would think.
So many cards in Yu-Gi-Oh now, especially because you have the toolbox of the extra deck, which we're not going to really get into in this video. Like, in your extra deck, which is basically a 15-card command zone, you have cards in there that just say, like, destroy a spell or trap, or destroy a monster, and you can access them at basically any time like you can your commander in Magic. If you have this toolbox ability to, like, just always destroy a card like this if it exists, and there's like way more egregious things than this card, then it's like it doesn't really do anything. So you got it right. Your intuition was right to not trust your intuition. Anyway, here is your next card. I'll show you a trap card.
All right, Imperial Order trap card. Negate all spell card effects on the field during each of your standby phases. Pay 700 life points or destroy this card. And here I'm gonna ask you a question, but I'm gonna preface by saying this. So I'm gonna ask you this question, and I know people in the comments will be like, he explained this to her in that one video that one fucking time.
Okay.
We don't remember these things. Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. What standby phase is like your main phase?
Standby phase is like your upkeep in Magic, but instead of happening before your draw phase, it happens after in our game.
So negate all spell cards on the field during each of your standby phase. Pay 700 life points or destroy this card.
So now remember, you have 8,000 life points. So hypothetically,
You have 8.
Sorry,
okay?
we had 8.
Just
You had 8.
Take away the extra.
Hypothetically, you can have this card on the field for 11 turns if you had to go like the distance in that
Thank God you did the math on that for me because I wasn't about to.
You're welcome.
I was about to pull up my calculator. Negate all spell card effects on the field during each of your standby phases, their life points, or destroy this card. I think that this is really good. I like it's like you can't do it for 11 turns. You don't need 11 turns in Yu-Gi-Oh.
You do not. You learn that with
You
Swords
do
of
not.
Revealing Light.
Yes. Followed by Sword of the Fist, whatever it's called. I don't know. But I feel like you're gonna use it to negate the thing one time and then pay your measly little 700 life point because you have 8 billion and you get to do whatever you want. I assume spell cards are like a huge thing.
I would say
And
they
I don't really know
are
anything
very
about-
important.
So I would say this card is still banned.
Final answer.
Yes, it's cheap life point payment wise, I think. I don't know. So I'm gonna go with it is banned.
Okay.
You only need to do it once. You don't need 11 turns.
You would be correct. This card is still banned. So this card has a very funny trajectory in Yu-Gi-Oh's history. This card, for record, is broken as fuck. This card is so fucking stupid. Because it's like, hypothetically, right? You go first. You can activate all your spell cards, do whatever the fuck you want, and then your opponent takes their, and you set this card face down, and then your opponent takes their turn. They start trying to activate spell cards. You just flip this up, and spell cards are just turned off for the rest of the game, basically. So this card is absolutely insane. I don't know how they ever thought printing this was okay. But what's very funny about this card, I want to say like midway to like the latter half of Yu-Gi-Oh's history. Something that doesn't happen often, I'm not sure if Magic does this often or not either, but they actually went through a series of erratas and changed some cards so that they could be brought back into the game, actually. So this card was banned. They changed it and made it legal again. So I'm going to show you the errated version of the card now. Go ahead and give this a read.
So we now have the Imperial Order, which negates all spell effects on the field once per turn during the standby phase. Pay 700 life points. This is not optional. This card is destroyed, or you must pay, or this card is destroyed.
So a couple key differences here. The biggest difference is that instead of you may pay 700 life points, you must pay 700 life points. Because the bullshit part about Imperial Order back in the day was you could flip this up to negate all your opponent's spells. Your turn comes back around, standby phase. Oh, I'm just not going to pay for Imperial Order. So it goes to the graveyard, and now you can activate all your spell cards again freely. Right? So it was just like a one-sided, like, you can't use your cards. And then you're just like, yeah, I'm going to turn this off, and now I'm going to play all my spell cards again. Where now with the errata, it was mandatory that you had to pay 700 life points. Also, it's during the standby phase, not yours. So you have to pay 700 on each turn. So it's actually like 1,400 for a full turn cycle instead of 7. So the clock on how fast it drained you was a lot faster. Funny enough, even with all these changes, this card was still fucking broken as hell, and everyone played it, and they had to re-ban it because it was still too good, even with the errata.
Like, fuck. We fucked up our errata.
They literally,
Make it any better.
literally. So it's like this. It was. Oh god, this card was so fucking frustrating to play against. Because even though with the new version, when it's up, it stays active until they just can't pay for it. But like that's still bad, right? It's like not. It doesn't help anything. So very funny history with this card, but it's a very iconic old card nonetheless.
They were like, it's gonna forcefully drain you 700 life points, and you guys are like, and
Yeah, literally.
like, what
We're like,
that,
okay.
what is that gonna do?
Anyway.
You know?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Here's your next card.
Wait, I know this one.
Do you?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
I remember.
I checked our
because
videos. I checked our videos. I didn't show you this, so maybe someone else showed you this card.
It looked because I remember it looked like cookies and cream. Lava Golem. Fiend. What? It does. It looks like a cookie. Oh my god. I have to lean in because there's so many fucking words and I can't see. Cannot be normal summoned set. Must be must first be special summoned from your hand to an opponent's side of the field by tributing to monsters they control. God damn it, I remember how difficult. Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. Gosh darn it.
You can cuss this.
You cannot. Okay, God fucking damn it. You cannot normal summon set the turn you special summon this card during each of your standby phases. Take 1,000 damage. I'm going to need to read that like 1 to 2 more times.
That's fine.
Okay.
I can give you the TLDR version too if you'd like.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, TLDR version is you give this to your opponent by sacrificing 2 of their monsters. Every turn, it burns them for 1,000 life points as long as they have it still on their field.
I pick 2 of their monsters to sacrifice, and I give them this fucking like ticking
cookies and cream monster
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
this was actually used by like one of the main villains in the show.
Okay.
They had him in the cage and everything. It was very funny.
They had him in a cage and everything. Oh my god, poor. Is that why he's like hovering over a cage in this art?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can zoom in on Discord. Did you know that is the best thing I just learned just now? Wow, that's so cool. All right. Cannot be normal summon set, so you have to special summon it. Okay, yeah.
So your opponent needs 2 monsters. You sacrifice their 2 monsters to play this to their field, and then every turn they're taking 1,000 damage.
What is the downside for me?
You're giving him a 3,000 attack monster. I mean, that's
right.
That's a thing.
I am doing
that. Could be a benefit depending on the type of deck that you're playing.
True. That's true. Yeah. I get to kill 2 of their best ideally, I get to kill 2 of their best monsters.
Does Magic have anything like this to your knowledge? Where you're like getting rid of their monsters to give them a monster?
Probably. Like my thing with Magic is like if you have a like it probably exists in some sort of something, in some sort of capacity.
Sure.
So people are like, is this card work like this? And I'm like 99.9% of the time, yes, but there's always this one card that turns it off or on.
Sure.
There's many of them. I don't know, like this card seems very fucking strong, but I don't know if it's still banned to this day.
Okay.
Because
that's fair.
Like I feel like at the time this was the bee's knees.
Okay.
And everybody liked it, and it was because like you get rid. I mean, yeah, you give them a 3,000 defense, or sorry, 3,000 attack guy, but maybe you kill like a 2,000 and a 1,500 attack. So it's like you I don't know, and you're pinging them, and I don't know. I think that this card is good, but I don't think that it's banned to this day, and I'm gonna use the excuse because of power creep, even though I don't really know what that means in Yu-Gi-Oh. So
final answer.
No, yes, not banned to this day.
So Lava Golem has also had a very interesting trajectory in Yu-Gi-Oh's history. So initially this card was used as like a burn card because it's dealing 1,000 damage consistently every single turn. You might think that giving your opponent a 3,000 attack monster is very bad, but there's plenty of like prison type cards in Yu-Gi-Oh that say like, oh, level 4 or higher monster, I'm sorry, 4-star Dragon Ball or higher monsters can't attack, right? So then all of a sudden you gave them this random guy that just like, he can't even do anything. He's just sitting there essentially, just burning your opponent away. So in old burn decks, they would like to play this card because it was one of the best, like highest value burn like cards you could get essentially. But as Yu-Gi-Oh aged, this card actually had more interesting utility. So a lot of like newer Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I'm sure Magic's very similar to this, is that a lot of newer Yu-Gi-Oh cards have like protection effects where it's like they can't be killed by card effects, they can't be targeted, they like, you know, indestructible, hexproof, stuff like that, right? Lava Golem bypasses all of these protection effects. So we have stuff in Yu-Gi-Oh that's like protection from everything, sort of. Like it literally will say unaffected by all other card effects, which is like one of those broken lines of text any card can have. Not very common, but you do see it. Lava Golem doesn't, it's not an effect that's like targeting it or anything. It's like a mechanic of the game. So he's actually a way to out these like annoying cards that like have all these protection effects because you're sacrificing them off. It's not like you're doing anything that's affecting it otherwise. So Lava Golem and a few other cards had this very unique role of being able to like out things that are usually like unoutable under most circumstances. So it actually did see like main and side deck play as recently as like the past couple years, which is kind of crazy because no one ever really thought that Lava Golem of all fucking things would be like that good of a card. But you're correct. It was never banned. This card is totally fine. It never got like hit in any capacity. It was just a totally fine card.
But people like, it was good though. It wasn't bannable, but like people, like it seems really good. I don't know.
Ironically, I actually think it's better now than it was back in the day. Because unless you were playing Burn, you were never really playing Lava Golem. Giving your opponent a 3,000 attack monster in old Yu-Gi-Oh! Was too much of a liability unless you were playing the prison strategy to, like, stop it from attacking you back, right? In newer Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not nearly as bad because you can give them the 3,000 point monster and just, like, kill it off instantly because of how fast the game is.
Kill 2 of their things and then kill the thing that you
Yeah, and then kill the thing.
Then,
yeah, exactly. Because we say it makes it, like, squishier, right? Because it's like they still have a monster, but now you can do whatever you want to that monster. So it was cool though, like historically how this card has like actually still seen play and is like very actually modern relevant in some instances. All right, you got it right though, so you're doing good. You're doing good.
I was gonna say I love that everything comes with a story. I really do. I genuinely enjoy this.
Speaking of a
like,
story, here you go.
This is a thing, and I'm like, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah. Here you go.
All right, United We Stand. We have a spell card. The equipped monster gains 800 attack and defense for each face-up monster you control. This is like an equipment in Magic?
It's more like an enchantment, I would say, because it doesn't stay on the field if it goes away. So I would say this is more akin to an enchantment. If you see next to where it says spell card, there's that little plus, that like cross symbol. That means it's called an equipped spell. So again, kind of akin to an enchantment from Magic.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a dumb question. Is there like a limit to the number of monsters you can have on your field?
Great question. There is 5.
5. Okay.
So at most, this will get you 4,000 attack.
Yeah.
Because it counts the monster zone. It counts the monster.
I was over here multiplying by 5 on my finger. I was like, oh yeah, 5 or 8, whatever you said. I'm like, yeah, that's great. Okay, all right. Well, that seems like a lot, but well, actually, it seems like a shit ton.
Sorry, in your language, it's 4 because we only have 8 life points.
I was gonna say you only have 8 life points. So if you give it like, ooh, that's pretty good. And trample is a thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! I know that.
Yeah, so everything has trample if it's in attack position.
Yeah, like that. It's like perpetually trample.
Yeah, and there is a effect, we call it piercing versus trample, where if you attack a defense position monster, it still does the damage as well.
Ah, geez. Oh, that seems really, I feel like, God, you just put this on something, you just slam into there if you have like a full field. That seems really, really good and could probably, and you're attacking with your other creatures too, and everything has haste in Yu-Gi-Oh! So
everything has haste. Yep. So you can just slam a guy down, equip United We Stand, and just go in. Yep.
Everything has haste. Everything has trample. Because
that's Yu-Gi-Oh!
That's Yu-Gi-Oh, baby.
Woo! And everything's free on top of it. Everything's free.
Okay. Everything is free. I love a big stompy guy, and I love a big stompy guy with trample and haste. Is it still banned to this day?
I don't know. Is it?
Is something that I am like struggling with.
Let me start here. Do you think this card was banned ever?
No, I don't think it's banned.
Okay.
Because I don't know, something, because power creep, duh.
Okay.
No, wait, I take it back. It's banned. I take it back. I lied. It's banned.
So it's banned.
It's very, yeah, it's banned. You put all a shit ton of your monsters out. They got trample haste, and then you put this on somebody,
and they're dead.
And then you swing. But you have to drop. But like, what if you don't have it? What if you have no other face-up monsters and it's just a dead card in your hand? So like, it can't be banned to this
At minimum, it will give 800 because it counts the monster itself. So at minimum, it gives 800.
Though,
okay, I'm just letting you know.
Like,
I'm just letting you know.
I know. So that means it's not banned. That's like it's not banned. It's not banned. It can't be. It cannot be that good.
I do not understand why. This card was banned in like 2004.
Oh my God.
I don't know why. I think there was other cards in the game at the time. I mean, well, now you can just vomit out monsters easily. But back in the day, there were some specific cards that would just give you a ton of monsters on your field, and then you could equip United We Stand, and now all of a sudden you get 4,000 extra attack for no reason, and you can just like one-shot your opponent.
What I was thinking.
Yep.
No.
Let me show you. Let me show you this guy really quick here.
Crap.
You can give him a quick read. You don't have to rate him or anything. Just he has a very simple effect.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Double strike. Yeah.
So, and it can keep going, right? So if you had multiple United We Stands or other cards, I'm showing you Armed Samurai Benkei here. So you can like keep equipping stuff to him, and then he can attack like 5 times in a battle phase or something like that. And he gets all the buffs from everything equipped to him. So Benkei OTK is what they called this deck that played him. But this card sucks, and it's not banned anymore. So you're wrong.
It sucks.
it's like if you remove the creature, you just get like 2 for 1. So it's just like
that's true.
Yeah, so it's like, we don't know why this card got banned back in the day. They banned it for like 1 or 2 formats, which are for our like 3-month formats basically. And then they just like brought it back, and then it's been like at 3 basically ever since. So we don't know why they banned it. Like, it was like one of the cards where like you look at old Yu-Gi-Oh! And you see all the broken stuff and you're like, they banned this of all things. We don't get, similar to like your game, we don't get explanations as to why they ban certain cards. So it's like always a mystery and we have to speculate. This one, no one's ever figured out.
They don't tell you?
No, they don't tell us. No, straight up.
Do they communicate with you guys at all?
Anyway, here's our next card.
Wait, I just want to say I should have listened. That's the one time I should have listened to my gut on that one, because I'm like not a huge fan of enchantments, because it is always a 2-for-1 for me.
Right, exactly. Unless the enchantment is like like where it's like protection from everything, right? Then it's like, okay, then I'll play it, you know?
All right, let's see. We have the fiber jar. I find myself needing that the older I get. We need, it's a flip plant effect with attack and defense of 500. Kind of weak. Flip. Each player shuffles all cards from their hand, field, and graveyard into the deck and then draws 5 cards.
So it's basically a reset.
Yeah, but for your opponent too.
Yep, both players. The only thing that's not affected by this is like the exile pile, or what we call the banish pile. So anything that's exiled doesn't get shuffled back in. But everything else is fair game.
You guys love card draw. That's like a big thing for you, right? You love card
we
draw?
love it, but the problem is we don't have it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so like when you get it, you're like, oh my God, a treat. You're like frothing at the mouth. You're like,
I mean,
this is so
it
nice.
says draw 5, you know? I'm just saying.
In my mind, I'm like, oh God, it helps it helps my opponent too. Like they get the thing as well, but it's still my turn when this is happening. In Yu-Gi-Oh! And so like I get to flip up this little guy. I'm shuffling everything. I get a brand new hand. All my good monsters that got into the graveyard from you are now back in my deck. I could possibly draw them. And then I get to play them again. I get to smack you.
You do?
And ideally, I'm killing you that turn. So this fiber, I'm the only one benefiting from fiber here.
This is like a commander card, isn't it? Isn't it like
you're
Time
still
Twister?
Constipated.
Huh? Isn't this a commander card, like Time Twister or something? Isn't there like a similar effect?
That affects your opponent too. There's a couple that are like that.
Okay, sure.
There's like a double-sided blue card. I can't remember it off the top of my head.
That basically
there's a
does
one-sided
this.
one that's called Midnight Clock that affects you. Yeah, there's a couple things like this. Again, I know people are gonna cook me. I can't remember things off the top of my head. There are too many goddamn Magic cards. Okay, I'm not,
That's
I'm not
fair.
a fucking
That's fair.
nerd, okay,
Yeah.
I go to alcohol parties and I do sex. All right, so I don't know every fucking Magic card off the top of my head. I feel like this card is probably fucking banned. Only because like to this day, like that's cheap, right? Three little Dragon Balls.
That you can just normal set it for your first turn and then just flip it up.
Yeah, right. You don't even have to special it out. Is it still banned to this day? Power creep. I feel like even with power creep, I feel like this card would like be made today. Like even if like maybe slightly tweaked a little bit.
Okay.
Like maybe attack and defenses, but I feel like this card would still be made to this day because of that effect on it. Like that card seems really fucking good for Yu-Gi-Oh.
So where's it fall?
Oh my God.
It's a 50-50.
It was either I will say I think with 90% certainty it was banned at some point.
Okay, but you don't know if it's still banned today.
Yes, I think I'm gonna go with still banned.
Final answer.
Just because you have no card draw and you're sad about it.
Okay, that's a fair point. Fair point.
People get excited for it.
So you are correct in the fact that Fiber Jar was banned at some point. Very early on in Yu-Gi-Oh! This card was it was a reset button, but what was annoying is that it also shuffles the Fiber Jar back into the deck as well. So, like, hypothetically, you can just keep resetting the game over and over and over and over again, even if this card was restricted to a singular copy, which it was prior to it getting banned. So that's kind of the annoying part about this card is that, like, it keeps resetting the game, and then you have to do this dance of, like, okay, I got to put everything back in my deck, I got to reshuffle, I got to draw 5. The jars are a archetype of cards that all draw 5 cards for doing like something. And so that's kind of like the theme there. But it was very annoying having to, like, every time Fiber Jar flips up, just reset the game. A friend of mine and I, we actually recently on his stream, we do a thing where they, our chat picks cards for us to build decks with that are absolutely horrible. And the most recent version of this, we both had access to Fiber Jar in multiple copies, I think. And basically, the game just basically devolved into us just resetting the board every fucking 5 seconds. It was really annoying. And so games just, like, wouldn't end, essentially. So they banned Fiber Jar. And it is still banned today, if you can believe it.
It is still banned?
It is still banned. We'll be honest. A lot of people think this card could come off the list and it wouldn't do anything. It's a flip monster, which is very slow. And also, like, resetting the board is not necessarily, like, nearly as impactful as it was in old Yu-Gi-Oh! When the game would actually last more than a turn or two. But there is a lot of support for, like, flip effect type cards that you can, like, set it and then immediately flip up the Fiber Jar and, like, do shenanigans like that. So I honestly just think Konami doesn't want this card in the game because it's just, like, having to do the song and dance of, like, shuffling up all your cards and, like, redrawing is kind of just, like, annoying. So
it's banned because they just don't want to deal with it. Like,
it's like a card design. Yeah, it's more just like the whole act of doing everything is kind of just like, yeah, like, and again, if it like exiled itself before the effect resolved, so you don't get to shuffle it back into the deck, that also might have helped it too.
I didn't even think about the fact that it would get played again. Like, I didn't even register that.
Yeah, so I think it's more of like a card design like philosophy that they're just like, yeah, we don't really want to deal with this card. I don't think it's particular. It was good back in the day. I think it would be shit now, but I think they just don't want to deal with it, to be honest. Yeah.
It's that bad, huh?
You would just, okay, so like you would go turn one, set Fiber Jar, and your opponent's like, okay, I'm just going to kill you. Like, like I'm going to pop your set Fiber Jar and just kill you. Like, okay, it wouldn't do anything. Yeah, that's the story of Fiber Jar. Cool card, though. Like, it's design-wise, it's kind of cool. And, you know, it's got the little tree and stuff. It's got the little tree and stuff. I don't know. I always like the art. It's neat. Anyway, here's your next one.
All right. Mirage of Nightmare.
Speaking of card draw.
My zoom button. Spell card. Once per turn, during your opponent's standby phase, draw cards until you have 4 cards in your hand. If you do, during your next standby phase, after that, discard the same number of cards you drew or your entire hand if you don't have enough cards. Once per turn, during your opponent's standby phase, draw cards. So I'm drawing cards on your upkeep. And then on my upkeep, I'm discarding those cards.
Correct.
Oh, that's excellent. That has to be banned still.
Why do you say that?
Is it not? Like, I'm over here like, oh God, but like, it's a win-win for you. You draw cards. You can maybe draw like a, destroy, whatever. I don't know, counterspell, I don't know. You could get something so to fuck with them on their turn, and then on my turn, I'm discarding all the ones I didn't use, but they're going to the graveyard, which is a Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
Okay.
So
It's not just what you didn't use. So like, for instance, if you only draw 2 cards off Mirage, you're randomly discarding 2 cards in your hand. So it's not necessarily the ones you drew, just for context.
That's fine.
Okay, yeah, I'm clarifying.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just clarifying.
Drawing and discarding doesn't matter in Yu-Gi-Oh because the graveyard is like a second deck.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, you're learning.
So
you're learning.
I'm gonna go with this card is still banned to this day. If I'm wrong,
okay,
I'm gonna be very upset.
This is like your quickest. This is like the card you've seen that is like the snappest judgment I've seen thus far.
And that's why I so for a fact that I'm gonna be wrong because I'm so confident and I shouldn't be confident. I'm not supposed to be confident.
You're correct. This card's still banned today.
Am I really?
You
are
are.
lying? Because you do that sometimes.
This card is actually still banned. This card has been banned for all. This card was printed in 2003. This card has been banned since 2005. I want to say it's been banned for 20 years straight.
Is it because what I said? Is it because of that?
You're right. No, you're right. So there is a piece of the puzzle here I didn't show you. Go ahead and take a look at this card right here. Very simple card.
Mystical Space Typhoon. Target 1 spell or trap on the field and then destroy that target. It was banned because of this card?
One thing with Mirage that you may have overlooked is that it is a continuous spell. You can see the little infinity symbol next to where it says spell card. That means that similar to...
I didn't even know that was
okay. It's okay. So similar to an enchantment, let's say, you play this card and it stays on the field until something interacts with it. Or like, you know, it would destroy itself or something like that. With Mirage of Nightmare, it would stay on the field. So during your opponent's turn, let's say you have no hand and you draw 4 cards. If one of those cards is Mystical Space Typhoon, Mystical Space Typhoon is a quick play spell or what you would call an instant. So when your turn comes back around, if out of the 4 cards you drew off Mirage was Mystical Space Typhoon, you would, in the draw phase, activate Mystical Space Typhoon to destroy the Mirage, and you get to keep the other 3 cards that you drew off Mirage. Which basically, it's like a pot of greed at home that you kind of make yourself. Right? And Mystical Space Typhoon...
love Pot of Greed.
We do. And Mystical Space Typhoon was just a good card generally because you're always wanting to destroy your opponent's trap card so you can get in with your stuff. So it's not like you were just playing it for Mirage. But Mirage, yeah, so being able to, like, have a card that effectively drew you 3 cards. But even, like, if you ignore that part, like you said, drawing and randomly discarding... The graveyard wasn't as much of a second hand back in the day, but it still was very important. And so there were plenty of decks that would just not care about dumping their hand because they would just get some benefit off of it. But the Mystical Space Typhoon Mirage tech, if you will, was kind of like the spice that, like, if you got to draw 3 cards, like, you just felt like you were going to win the game. So this card has been banned ever since. The graveyard now is so good. Even though this card's...
I was going to say,
this
like,
card
banned back then, and it wasn't even that... Now it's even... prevalent, so this card's probably just gotten stronger over time.
This card is kind of slow by modern standards, but it's kind of like one of those, like, question marks where, like, if they did unban this card, would it actually get played? And I'd be curious to see. I think it might be too slow, but there could be an argument for it. It's hard to say. Yeah, it's because you have to wait for your opponent's turn to draw the cards, and then I mean, well, actually, no, it'd be kind of broken because there's hand traps now. So, never mind. This card's probably still too good.
Never mind. It should stay.
I'm realizing, like, mid-thought, I'm like,
realm.
oh, I can just draw 4 hand traps and then just use them all before I have to discard them next turn. That sounds broken. Anyway, all right, here's your next one.
All right. Trap Dustshoot is the trap card. Activate only when your opponent has 4 or more cards in their hand. Look at your opponent's hand, select 1 monster, and return that card to its owner's deck. Activate only when your opponent has 4 or more cards in their hand. Look at their hand. Select and return that card to its owner's deck. That can't be banned. That can't be banned. Activate only when your opponent... That can't be banned. That's... Why would that be banned? At all?
You tell me.
God.
I don't know.
Fuck, I'm trying to think of all angles of this because I know there's like there's always some fucky shit with you in this game.
What do you mean? What have I ever done?
I don't listen. I don't want to hear it. Okay, all right. I don't want to hear it from you ever, literally ever. If your opponent has 4 or more cards in their hand, look at their hand, select a monster, and return that card to its owner's deck.
It's just bad Thoughtseize.
Okay, see? That's where my mind went first, okay? But I'm reeling that back in, and I'm taking that, and I'm putting it in the garbage right now because you have no card draw. You're card draw poor, okay? And so, like, I feel like getting rid of a card is, like, detrimental to people.
Okay.
And I get to know what's in your hand, and I get to get rid of the best monster in it because that's important. And it goes back to their deck. That's the thing. It doesn't even go to their graveyard. It goes to their deck.
It does.
And that's sad for you. And you hate that. And if it was like, because like it's not bad Thoughtseize because Thoughtseizes would make you discard it and that would be happy for you. But that's not what's happening here. But is it banned to this day? Like, is it too slow compared to other stuff? Oh God. Like, I feel like I would say this card was for sure banned. Okay, I'm going to start by saying that.
Okay, at some point you think it was banned.
At some point, this was probably banned.
Interesting. Okay, but you don't know about now.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, God, is it still banned to this day? I'm going to say it was banned at some point. I don't think it's banned to this day.
That is a valid answer. Is that your final answer?
I think. Fuck.
You're torn on this one.
Listening to the tone of your voice, being like,
I don't know.
Oh God, I don't know.
Chat's having a field day with this one, by the way. I don't want to say anything.
Are they?
Yeah,
oh God,
they're having fun.
See? Oh shit, I don't know. I don't know if they're mocking me or what they're doing.
They're not mocking you. They're airing their own opinions is what they're doing.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for not. I appreciate it. Okay. You're so much nicer than the YouTube comments. I'm gonna go with banned. I don't think banned to this day. No, I think that this is really fucking strong, but like, is there not like a better card that was created that
Or a
probably
worse
got
card
banned?
that
Like,
was created.
or a worse card that was created.
You know what? Speaking of worst card, you don't have to rate this one. Give this a read really quick. It's just a short.
Appointer of the ew. What is that face? Appointer of the red lotus.
Get it? He's in a pointer because he's pointing.
Oh God, his teeth.
I know.
Pay a trap card. Pay 2,000 life. Reveal your entire hand. Look at your opponent's hand and banish a card from it until your opponent's next end phase. What in the hell?
What do you think about this card? Just out of curiosity, what do you think about this card?
Banish is exile.
Yeah, exile.
And it can't. But it's until your opponent's next end phase. This is not that good. I have to pay life, right? And show my hand, and I get to pop something out until their end just for one card.
I told you, worst version.
Yeah, right? Isn't the other one better? If you tell me that this is banned, wait. Is this banned? Hold on. Reveal my entire hand, look at their hand, and banish a card from it. How is this not just worse of the other one? Oh my God, are they both banned? You're mind gaming me. They're both banned, aren't they? Oh God, they're both banned. Oh fuck, or wait, maybe you're not. I don't know, but I feel like you're messing with me.
You don't have to rate a pointer if you don't want to. I just wanted to show it to you for context. That's all.
Oh gosh.
I wanted to show you a worse dust shoot. That's all. Okay, so.
No, you're not. You're messing with me. It's not worse. This is somehow better in some weird fucking la la land. This is somehow better than this other one. And you know what? I bet they're both banned.
Is that your final answer? Is that your final
answer? Both of these idiots are banned still to this day. For some reason, fucking red fucking penis thumb looking guy is like worse than the other one. So both banned. Final answer.
Red penis fuck looking.
What is it?
I know someone whose head is shaped like that, by the way. Anyway.
Well, that sucks for them.
It does suck for them. Yeah. Anyway.
No.
So it's like someone took 2 cinder blocks and just like anyway. So Trap Dust Shoot. This was the card that you had to evaluate. On the surface, this card looks like total ass. If you can believe it, this card was banned and is still banned to this day.
I fucking knew it. I knew it. Oh, you almost had me until you be that little guy. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Oh,
the reason why.
No. At quick glance, I will say, like, I saw the vision. I saw the light. Okay.
Did you?
Like, I saw it.
Yeah.
I didn't at first because I'm like, oh yeah, I thought he gives a shit about that. Yes. But then I turn on my tiny little like guy that's in the back of my brain who's my Yu-Gi-Oh guy who like is just kind of there chilling. I'm like, turn off magic, turn on Yu-Gi-Oh.
Turn off magic brain.
We hate discarding. No, we hate putting things back in deck. We like discarding.
You uninstalled the chip in the back of your head and put in the new chip. Like that meme.
And they're both really bad at both games, so it's really actually kind of difficult for me to like get. It's a miracle. You know. Can I tell you something? You know how like Michael Cera, like how he is who he is, and like he just feels like he just kind of shows up. He showed up one day on a set, and suddenly he's in a bunch of movies. That's how I feel when it comes to being like the Magic community. I'm just like, I was here at the right place at the right time, and then suddenly here I am.
That's how life goes. That's how life goes, right?
That's just how life is, I guess. So yeah, they're both banned?
So I'll get into it. So Dust Shoot, this card is very unfair. The reason is because if you go first, you set this card, and then your opponent starts their turn, you immediately flip this up. You get to just see their whole hand. Yes, you get to shuffle back a monster into the deck. I'm not saying that's not good. In Yu-Gi-Oh!, and I think I may have told you this in a previous video, hand knowledge is so good in our game because of how fast the games are.
Yeah,
compared to a card like Thoughtseize in Magic, where like your game is going to last like multiple turns, right? So even if you Thoughtseize them, they're still going to get to draw a fair number of cards before like, the game actually ends. In Yu-Gi-Oh, it's not unrealistic that you like dust shoot them and then just kill them the next turn, because it's like, oh, you don't have like this card to protect you? Cool, I'm just going to put 8,000 damage on the board and just kill you. So it's cool because like this card actually, if you play the old retro formats, this card is unlimited at 3 copies in GOAT format. It's limited to a singular copy in the very popular Edison format, and is arguably one of like the top 3 cards in that format, if you can believe it. The win rate, like if you resolve trap dustshoot versus like not, is unbelievable. But it's banned in, it's if you open dustshoot on the first turn, I think your win rate goes up by like 20% or something. It's like unreal how good this card is.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Dustshoot is still banned for us. I don't think they're ever going to unban this card because there's a lot of other similar cards to it, like Appointer
like
of the Red Lotus. So the story is with this guy is that this card was bulk. Like, no one ever touched this card for the longest time. But when people were looking for, like, weird trap dustshoot-like cards, people actually, like, re-stumbled upon this card. And they're like, huh, I have to pay 2,000 life points. I have to show them my hand. But I get to see their hand, which you can control what's in your hand, right? Like, if you don't want to show them half your hand, you can just, like, set it face down on the field, you know? So, like...
Oh!
Yeah, so you kind of have agency over what you show them. Like, if you have a handful of monsters, you might not be able to do that necessarily. But you do, compared to your opponent, because they can't control anything, you get to, like, choose what you show your opponent. And I think you have to reveal a minimum of 1 card. I don't think you can do this with an empty hand. I might be mistaken. But anyway.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Because, yeah, like, Yu-Gi-Oh's weird that way. So what's interesting about this card is in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's, like, very combo-centric, you're building, like, these crazy boards and stuff, people would do their combo, like, just combo all over the place, and then set Appointer the Red Lotus. Then, on the opponent's turn, they would immediately flip Appointer after they draw, look at their hand and be like, okay, you have 1 card in your hand that can actually do something against my board, and the rest of your cards suck. So I just banish that card for even 1 turn, and then they just die the next turn anyway, so they never get the card back. So this ass card that, like, just reads terrible is also banned. But it's actually a good card. Like, as bad as it reads, it's actually really good. It's actually a very, like, people hated this fucking card when it was, like, when people figured it out.
And it is worse than the other one, though.
It is worse. Yeah, it is worse. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't, like, totally ass backwards on that.
I will say it's interesting because Dustshoot's really good for going first because your opponent's guaranteed going to have more than 4 cards in their hand. That's the biggest limiter with Trap Dustshoot. You can use Appointer at any point. No pun intended. So, like, there is an argument that Appointer might actually be better in some instances, but I think honestly, if they were both legal, you'd probably play both. Like, just straight up. Because they're just that good. Appointer can also hit any card, where Trap Dustshoot specifically has to hit a monster.
It says monster, yeah.
Yeah, and Appointer, like, a
true.
lot of the cards your opponent's going to use to, like, break through your board are going to be spells or traps, typically spell cards. So the fact that Appointer can hit spells is actually very good. So, like, there is actually an argument that Appointer's better in some instances. I think for modern Yu-Gi-Oh, Appointer's actually probably better. But in old Yu-Gi-Oh, Dustshoot is just, like, it was king. But it's just funny because, like, you know, you're like, oh, it's his bad Thoughtseize. So that's, I was playing off your prior knowledge for that one.
Wait, they like some of these things they like more than we do.
Yeah, I was playing off your prior knowledge for that one because I felt like I had to.
Yeah, I know. Fuck, you almost had me.
All right, we have 3 cards left. And,
oh, geez, okay.
Let's go ahead and get to it. Here's your next one.
Okay. Yata-garasu?
Garasu, yeah, close enough.
Garasu, it's a bird.
We just call it Yata.
It is attack and defense of only 200 and 100. It is a fiend. This card cannot be special summon. This card returns to its owner's hand during the end phase of the turn. It is normal summon or flip face up. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, they skip their next draw phase. Oh, this just has to be the worst thing ever. This card cannot be special summon. This card returns to its owner's hand during the end phase.
Yep.
So normal summon or flip.
That line of text, you see it's a fiend/spirit. So there's a subclass of cards called spirit monsters. You don't see them very often. They're kind of like old school. But they all have the effect that if you play them, that the end of that turn, they go back to your hand. That's kind of like their gimmick.
Okay, this card has to be fucking brutal for your opponent then. This card has to absolutely suck. Because it comes in, it hits them, they skip their draw phase, and then it goes back to your hand, so they can't even fuck with it. So, like,
unless they have Trap Dustshoot.
Unless they, but that's bad. So what will they do? What? Yeah, nice try. No, this has to fucking suck for them.
Okay.
This has to be banned. To skip their draw phase and for it to not be on the battlefield to be fucked with. It's weak and tiny and pee-pee poo-poo when it comes to attack defense, but who gives a shit about that? It's skipping their draw phase. This card is absolutely banned still. There's no way it's not. Yes, final answer. Fuck. Oh God, yes, fuck.
You sure?
Yes, final answer. You know what? No, it's not clocking you that I'm standing on business, okay? Final answer. Yes, this card is still banned.
Okay, so Yata has a very interesting history throughout Yu-Gi-Oh! This may be one of the most horrifying cards if you played old Yu-Gi-Oh! If you're like a boomer and remember. Because there was a thing called the Yata lock, where you would play all these hand control type cards like Trap Dustshoot. There's plenty of other ones that like rip cards out of your opponent's hand and stuff. And then if you just summon the little bird and just poke them for 200, now they can't draw the next turn. And so the idea was to get your opponent down to 0 cards in hand. And then if you have Yata-garasu, you just win the game because you just go summon, attack, bounce, and they can't draw. They have no cards. So they literally can't play the game. Summon, attack, bounce, and they just die. They just straight up lose the game. So that was like one of my first locals experiences as a kid was losing to this deck.
Oh, no,
and here I am,
sad.
still scarred 20 years later. Yeah, no, it sucked. Like, and this was like the best thing you could be doing in Yu-Gi-Oh! At the time. So Yata-garasu, unsurprisingly, is banned.
Okay. I thought you were gonna be like, this was the thing you do at the time, but now there's like this new card that like shoots birds out of the sky, and it's not a big deal. Okay, so it is still banned.
But now it's legal.
Okay, well, this has been really fun. I'm actually going to leave now. Oh, congratulations on beating cancer. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. So they unbanned this card very recently. Like, I want to say within the past 2 to 3 years, I want to say they unbanned this card. Nowadays, this may shock you. This card is just too slow. It's just, like, not good enough. There are so many crazy batshit things you can do in Yu-Gi-Oh! That you're not going to waste your time on a draw lock with Yata-garasu. When it got unbanned, there was a deck that could theoretically play it and did for a short period of time. But then they found out that it just, like, wasn't really that good. It was kind of like win more, if anything. It's like, you weren't winning because you, like, Yata'd them. You were going to win because your deck was just, like... So, it did see a little bit of play when it got unbanned. And now it's, I'm pretty sure it's at 3 copies, and no one plays it. Which is crazy for how, like, for how, like, good this card is. Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get that.
Yu-Gi-Oh's just too slow. Weird. It's like, well, okay, so like I think the logic is why draw lock your opponent when you can just kill them? Like, like I think that's the logic.
Do you think if this had like better attack and defense, it would be banned?
No.
Like
I think it's just it takes your normal summon, which again you only get 1 of. You have to like hit your opponent on an open board, and again the pace at which modern Yu-Gi-Oh is, you can just kill your opponent. So why like give them another turn even if they can't draw when you can just kill them, right? It just like just end the game now instead of like it just like putting them through agony with this card. Older Yu-Gi-Oh wasn't as fast, so being able to like draw lock them and like over the course of multiple turns was a lot better because of the game hasn't power creep to what it was anymore.
Nothing makes sense because I'm using my logic of card drop being like the greatest gift to anybody and it's being stopped.
You could say that. You could say that it's a painful discovery.
Oh, I'm gonna let the next card. I'm gonna let you sit with that, so people don't know that you made a bit just then.
You're that person second from the right whose hands are on their head, like gritting their teeth. That's you right now.
I was just making that face. I have my hands just like that. I'm not kidding. It's really funny for the edit. Not gonna lie to you. Okay, painful choice. Select 5. It's a spell card. Select 5 cards from your deck and show them to your opponent. Okay, I get to pick. Your opponent selects 1 card from among them, add that card to your hand, and discard the remaining to the graveyard. How is that not, like, the best thing ever?
You tell me. You tell me.
How, like, okay. Okay. Well, whatever. I was so confident with the last one, so what the hell do I know? I know. I'm showing, I get to pick the greatest monsters you've ever seen out of my deck. And you would give me the doo-dooiest one of those 5. And the rest of them would go to the graveyard. So now I have access to all of my strongest monsters, and also one of them is in my hand.
Is Magic of a card like this, out of curiosity?
Probably. Honestly, like, probably.
Okay,
not,
yeah.
Listen,
I wasn't sure if there's anything that came to mind. I'm just curious.
Listen, I'm not CGB. Okay. I don't have the vast knowledge at the tip of my finger like he does.
Yeah, you're not a nerd. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. You know what? Yeah, I was gonna give him a compliment, but you know what? Yeah, I'm not a nerd, actually.
No, we don't do that on my channel. We shit on the other people on my channel.
Yeah, well, CGP is like one of my best friends, so yeah, fuck that guy, actually. I was gonna be like, he's so smart, but yeah, no.
I'm here to sow tension between everyone. That's my goal. There's like at the top of my head is where you could like, put piles of stuff, and it's like I could separate them. Like I get to keep one pile, you get rid of one pile. I'm gonna go with this card as absolutely, undoubtedly still banned. Okay, final answer.
Yes.
This, I might be showing you what might objectively be the best Yu-Gi-Oh card ever printed. Like, I'm not joking. This card is...
Wait, don't bait. You know what? I don't want to cheer yet. All right, go ahead. Continue with your story.
This card is fucking unbelievably good. Even in old Yu-Gi-Oh, like, you could just pick 2 cards that are like 3-ofs, right? You could just pick like, oh, like, are you going to give me Pot of Greed or like this other broken card, right? So like, that was fun. Anytime this card just gets activated, it's unbelievable how good it is. And now with like modern Yu-Gi-Oh, it gets like even better because like you said, the graveyard's a second hand. There's no world this card could ever come back into the game. You were correct. This card is banned and still banned.
Okay. I thought you were gonna be like, but.
Nope. You're good.
It's gone. Just kidding. No. It's not actually that good. Just
like
kidding.
I said,
I lied. Yeah.
Like I said,
this card is disgusting. Right?
Objectively, this is like maybe the best. Like in a vacuum, this is like the best Yu-Gi-Oh card ever printed. Like if you were going to make a top 10 Yu-Gi-Oh cards of all time, I'm not joking. Like probably 80% of people would put this as number 1. This card is so fucking disgusting. How good it is. Yeah. Even
with not knowing that, like, I guess the graveyard wasn't as prevalent back in the day, because all I'm going off is now. So that's
even
why
back in the day, it was still like not as prevalent as it is now. But like the graveyard was always a second hand in Yu-Gi-Oh, and so the fact that there are so many things that like, oh, I'm gonna dump these spells and monsters to the graveyard. Great, I can reanimate them and cheat them out. Or there's cards that can get spell cards back from your graveyard to the hand. So it's like you tutored it with like an extra step. Basically, it was so disgusting. It was nasty.
Okay. Yay.
It would be Giga banned today if that card got printed. Anyway, your last card.
Oh god. Oh, that's cute how you did that.
Yeah,
okay,
you like that? You like that?
I did. That's actually really good. Oh my god. Who is this man? Last turn.
You like his body?
You know, it is what it is.
He's an actual card. Maybe I'll show you one day.
Oh yeah? Okay. Oh hell yeah.
She's like, okay.
This card, so last turn, it's a trap card. God, that's a lot of words.
You'll understand why it's a lot of words when you read it. It'll make sense.
Okay, this card can only be I'm gonna have to try to remember. Okay, this card can only be activated during your opponent's turn when your life totals are 1,000 or less. Select one monster on the side of the field and send all the other cards on the field in their respective owner's hands to their respective graveyards. After that, your opponent selects and special summons one monster from their deck in a face-up attack position and attacks your selected monster. Any battle damage from this battle is treated as 0. Oh my god, what the fuck? The player whose monster remains alone on the field wins the duel. Any other case results in a draw. What in the goddamn shit did I just read?
So basically, it's like a giant, like, climactic Dragon Ball Z final episode battle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so, all right. We're in the most intense match of our life. I play this. I activate my trap card last turn. Can only be activating during my opponent's turn. Oh my god. Okay, I'm clinging to life.
Yep.
I'm dying.
Yep.
I'm like, oh god, this is it. And my opponent's about to take their turn, but wait. I pick one monster on my side of the field. Everybody else goes away. And my opponent selects and special summons one monster from their deck and face-up attack and attacks it, but the battle damage doesn't happen. So the player whose monster remains alone on the field at the end phase wins the duel. Any other case results in a draw. Let me get this straight. Let me see if I can get this straight. And I know I'm not going to, but I'm going to try really fucking hard. I select my best monster ever on the field right now. Everybody else goes away.
Yep.
They get to choose. They get to choose.
They get to choose.
A monster from their deck and bring it on the battlefield, and then those monsters battle, but it's fogged out.
Right.
So
it's about who kills who, but there's no damage. Yeah.
Yeah. The monster the player whose monster remains alone on the battlefield. So am I supposed to do this with like a kill card also in my hand? Like
you won't have a hand because you discard your hand.
Oh my god! What?
It's literally
So
your monster on the field versus their best monster in their deck, and it's like who can win. And everything else doesn't matter.
So I'm forcing us to draw then. Like I'm gonna die. This is my fail-safe card. Like I'm going to die. Like, sorry, you're not gonna win. We're ending this in a draw. And there's nothing you can do about it.
You could, potentially. Yeah.
Battle damage is like combat damage, right? Correct?
Yeah. So like the trample damage, right? So that's why, because you're only at 1,000 life points, that's why they make the battle damage be 0. Because otherwise, like if you were to like die through the trampling of the monster, right? That kind of like defeats the whole purpose of this. They just want it to be your best monster versus their best monster, who wins. And then whoever wins that wins the whole duel.
But nobody's winning because it's fogged out, unless I'm missing
No, it's just because like you'll still kill the monster. The damage doesn't go through, but the monster still dies if you're missing that part.
Oh, I am missing that part. Sorry.
So the monster still dies. They just don't take any excess damage from that.
They're just like bouncing off of each other, and it's just like it's ending in a draw no matter what. Okay, sorry.
No.
Like I'm not taking damage. They're not taking damage, but the monsters are still beating the shit out of each other.
Correct.
That is still a thing. How is this good then? Because like I get to pick. Sorry, I get to like they get to pick. They get to choose.
Would you like me to help you in your assessment of this card?
You say help, but it's just gonna hurt me. So what is it?
Give this card a read. This might help.
Jowgen the Spiritualist. Attack, defense. Okay, it's a lot of defense. You can discard one random card from your hand to the graveyard, destroy all special summon monsters in the field. Neither player can special summon monsters. Oh.
You putting it together?
This would be the one, and then it would be the only thing. Jowgen would be the only thing there.
Correct, because Jowgen says neither player can special summon monsters. So if Jowgen is your monster to send to battle into last turn, your opponent can't special summon, and they can't play a monster, which means
you would have the only one on the battlefield.
Uh-huh.
You wouldn't help me like this. You wouldn't do this to me.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You wouldn't be kind and sweet to me for nothing. What do you want? Money?
Oh my
I don't
God.
have any. I stream on Twitch. Okay? What do you want? My cats? You can't have them. Why are you doing this to me? Why? You're fucking with my head. I'm over here like, for the record, I was gonna say this is not banned, but now I'm gonna be like it is banned because yeah, there's weird shit like this. Okay. Yeah. This card is still banned.
Final answer.
To this day. Final answer.
Final answer for the final card.
Yes.
Oh, last turn. This might be the most convoluted, fucked up card design Konami's ever done. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
This card is such a rulings nightmare. I am not joking to you. There is a 47-page article of rulings on how to like resolve this card. I'm not joking. It is like
just for this card?
Just for this card, because there are so many weird niche applications of like how this card resolves and how to properly resolve it that no one ever fucking knows how to actually do this properly.
Wait, I'm gonna say against it. It's banned because no one wants to fucking deal with it.
Correct.
Like this I knew card, it was banned anyways, but it's banned because of that reason.
So there was a combo to like always be able to like resolve last turn. There's another card I didn't show you. I'll show you this card really quick here. Funny enough, because I showed you Swords of Revealing Light. This is in the same vein as that card.
Okay, let me see.
Give this a quick read. I promise this one has not a lot of text. Don't worry.
Wall of Revealing Light. Activate by paying any multiple of 1,000 life points. Monsters your opponent's controlled cannot attack if their attack is less than or equal to the amount that you paid.
So
so you just okay.
So the 3-card combo is you pay yourself down to 1,000 with Wall of Revealing Light on turn 1. So you pay 7,000 life points, and you summon Jowgen and you set last turn. As soon as your opponent's turn starts, you just flip last turn and that's it. Like that's the combo.
That's it. That was your last turn.
That was your last turn. Literally, that was your first turn and your last turn. Yep. And so there was like plenty of like dumb ways to resolve last turn, and no one ever knew if it was resolved properly because it is such a convoluted mess of a card. This card it's banned. They are never gonna print it's. I don't even think people would try to, like, obviously Yu-Gi-Oh! Has its fair share, just like Magic, of, like, alternate win cons. I don't think they're ever going to want this card back into the game, even if it's not good, just from, like, a design perspective, the way it's worded. Like, old Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards were worded in a different way. They kind of, like, standardized the text for them later on. But, like, this card, like, it's just a fucking text nightmare. It's
so long.
It is so long, and I understand because of what they're trying to do with the card, right? But it's just
what are they trying to do?
Well, I meant like what they were trying to this big climactic big battle. Yeah, exactly. Because that's very Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Yu-Gi-Oh's very over the top. So like I get it, but I just think from a design perspective, they just never want to touch this card with a 10-foot pole again. We'll end on a good note. You want to see your daddy? Here you go. You don't have to read him or anything, but if you want your, he's Hino-kagu-tsuchi, and he's very ripped.
Oh my god, he looks like he would be a villain in Naruto.
He does.
Hino-kagu-tsuchi.
His hair's like yours.
Yeah, it is actually. Wait, oh my god, twin, we're matching.
Yeah. So
is he really good? Cannot be special summoned.
Yeah, give his card a read real quick. Wait, let's do a final evaluation. Sure.
Cannot. This one doesn't count though towards my score.
It doesn't count. No.
Cannot be special summoned during the end phase of the turn. This card is normal summon or flip face up. Return it to the hand.
It's a spirit. I told you about that with Yata.
Right. If this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, they discard their entire hand during the draw phase of the next turn before the turn player draws. This seems really good.
Yeah, so he's like One Punch Man. So it's like if he gets in, your opponent, if they have 6 cards, they lose their whole hand and they're only drawing 1 card. And so they're down to 1 card.
Yeah. Okay, good. He should be good if he looks like that. So that's good for me.
Do you think he's good?
Yeah.
This card sucks. Sorry, your husbando is not particularly good.
Well, I love him, and that's all that matters.
It's all that matters. It's all that matters.
He's very gorgeous to me.
He is. The quick reasoning is because he's 8 Dragon Balls you may have overlooked. You need to tribute 2 monsters to play him, and then he goes back to your hand at the end of the turn. So not like if the effect goes off, you're probably going to win, but no one really wants to do that investment when you just die to like any removal spell, essentially. So that's the biggest problem with him. I will say he has seen play. It's not like he's like unplayable.
I'm sure he has.
Even in like the old Edison format, he's seen play. He's had his moments in the spotlight very briefly, but like they were very short-lived, if anything. Because being able to, if you do make your opponent discard their whole hand, you basically win the game. There are only very certain decks, though, that can, like, play him. They're basically decks that give you free fodder to tribute. Even if you summon him and he dies, you didn't really, like, lose a whole lot, if that makes sense. So there are some decks designed that way. And so he fits in there very well, because it's like, okay, if he attacks, he wins the game. If he dies, like, I didn't really lose that much. So that's kind of like where he fits in. But cool card. Okay. I mean, fun design. Yeah. And he's hot, so, there's that.
Yeah, yep, there is that. That is true. That's all I need.
So aren't you happy that you're learning so much about Yu-Gi-Oh! And how fucked up our game is?
I am. I feel like I learn a little. I mean, whether it sticks or not is up in the air, but I feel like I learn a little each time we do something like this.
What was your favorite of the bunch, if you had one? Aside from Hino-kagu-tsuchi, of course.
Favorite, and I think my favorite is Painful Truths because I just knew. Because I read it, and also I just made that face. Or that
that was funny.
Just looking like that guy, like 2 seconds before. But I also like that you should be a point of the Red Lotus because that solidified trap dustshoot for me. So
see, you say I never help you. You said I never help you, and I showed you that.
You're like some weird like troll like bridge guy that like you could be helping me, you could be hurting me. There's really no way to know.
It's like
but
the
all I know
crossroads.
is I lost my firstborn son.
It's the crossroads, right? It's like which way am I going to lead you?
Crossroads.
Yeah.
Exactly. So how'd I do?
You did pretty good. I actually think you got like the majority of them right. You did get some wrong, but I think like if I
did.
In whose line is it anyway fashion, we never actually keep track of the points. But like if I'm thinking back, I think you got like maybe 2/3 of them right, which to me, if you get like above 50%, you pass, Yay,
I feel like I'm learning. Like I have to just always wipe out the old brain and put in like my tiny little like new brain trip
Oh,
of Yu-Gi-Oh! Which
be
is not a
careful.
lot.
Be careful, because if we get into like Yu-Gi-Oh! 2 stuff, which is like the more modern stuff, your whole brain's gonna get rewired.
What do you mean Yu-Gi-Oh! 2?
So there's like
Oh,
a
God.
delineation of like when the game kind of metamorphosized into something that's almost like a different game entirely. So we call like old Yu-Gi-Oh! Or like retro Yu-Gi-Oh! Like Yu-Gi-Oh! 1. And like with Rare and CGB, we've kind of coined the term Yu-Gi-Oh! 2 for when, like, if you saw the card design in Yu-Gi-Oh! 2, you would understand, like, how power creep this game is and how, like, just absolutely batshit fucking nuts it is now. The card design is just, like, night and day
some new
different.
cards, I thought.
I don't think I've shown you a single new card yet. I think I've been sticking with old stuff.
Yeah, I guess you've only showed me, like, your limited, some old stuff.
For context, most new Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards have as much text as last turn does. And I'm just like, I'm not here for that. Yeah.
I'm not the guy for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to, and plus, like, I think the old stuff's more fun. I think the old stuff's more fun.
I'm for the stupid, like, happy, silly, fun time. I'm
Exactly.
not, like, Giga Brain, okay?
Exactly.
Again,
Everyone
I'm
in chat is like,
Michael Cera.
Everyone in chat is like, show her the best deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm like,
no,
I'm not
to
doing
see
that.
it.
No.
I will nope out.
It's insane. It's like, okay, I will give you the primer. Every card is basically like painful choice in that deck. That's why it's so good.
Yeah, that's great for you, or sorry that happened, but I'm not reading all that.
Yeah,
so.
I respect your time too much. You should be happy. But thank you so much for coming on and doing this again with me.
Thank you for having me.
I know
Congratulations again.
Thank you. If you need me to come do a draft with you or some dumb shit, like, let me know. I'm always down to build you bad decks that you that don't do well for you.
I actually would love to take you up on that, because I've got something coming at the end of this month that
Okay.
I actually haven't told anybody else about yet, but I will let you know.
Ooh, we get the spoilers,
Yeah.
chat. We get the spoilers.
Yeah, actually, first time hearing that, so I've got a fun thing coming up towards end of September.
Okay, sure. Yeah, if you want to have me on, I'll do whatever bullshit you sign me up for. I'm down. So you can just have me. You can just have me rate Magic cards. You know that's.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then I'll be like, you'll be, am I right? But I fucking know. I don't know, but that's really cool that you said that. I bet.
And then CGB will come in and be like, actually.
Yeah, I'll have him like in the Discord call. I'll unmute him when I need him.
Yeah.
Like
he's in the corner.
Is he right or not?
He's in the corner, just muted the whole time.
I know. I get to free him every now and again.
Well, thank you again.
That's really
I
funny.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
I know
thanks for having me.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout out the patrons for all of their continued support. So shout out to Shout1317, Tim00x3, MBT Play Madolce, Moto, Cameron L. Smith, The Synchro Guy, Pony Stark, Little Fade Leaf, Dan the Man Hoban, Draconic, Daniel Howell, Brian Denser of Class 7, Dylan Rare Hunter, JW11860, Flannel Daddy, literally all of the guinea pigs, MBT canceled by a community soon, canceled by all committees soon, canceled by all players soon, MBT and Nimnim's one boxer brief fueled Night of Passion, Electrician of the Ice Barrier, the Nova 129, Chris Adams, and Pink Frappe. Thank you again so much, and we will see you next time.